What is love to you? What is your understanding of love?
Oh, wow. I could answer this in so many ways, I think. To me, love is when two or more people truly rely on each other. When you know that somebody else, another human being, truly has your back, even when you're not there, that's love to me.
What are attachments from your perspective, and how are they formed?
So, attachment is really at its basic level can be described as an emotional bond between two people. And of course, you can be attached to your dog or cat. You can even be attached to the earth. But here we're talking about two humans being attached to one another. And that bond is really important for at least one of those humans' survival when they're young, because you have an attachment between your caregiver and yourself. And that's really the first attachment all of us experience in life.
I know there are 4 attachment styles.
So yes, there are 4 attachment styles, and I just want to quickly say that they do form in childhood based on how our caregivers treat us. However, they can change throughout lifetime. And they can also change depending on the situation. For example, somebody could have, style 1 all the time with everybody except for romantic relationships where they actually go into a different style. So kind of keep that in mind as I describe the 4.
Yeah.
So the very first one is you have your secure attachment style, and about half of the population has it. It's really hard to estimate, but that's what research shows us, the little research we do have when it comes to the percentages. And people who have this secure style, they feel really comfortable with intimacy, and they don't really obsess about their partner's ability to love them back and to be present. They have healthy, strong boundaries, but they are willing to be flexible and forgive people if that's appropriate. So that's your secure attachment style in a nutshell. And these people usually have what we would consider traditionally good childhoods, where their parents attended to them when they cried, played with them, allowed their emotions to exist, whether it's positive or negative emotions, and were present with those emotions.
That sounds like a great one.
Yeah, that's the one that everybody wants. However, it's not necessarily perfect. People with a secure style still have imperfect relationships, of course.
Well, that would make sense to me.
The next one, you then have 3 styles that are all considered insecure, and each has its own name. So the first one is avoidant. It's also called dismissive sometimes, so you might see that term. But avoidant style is when you don't feel comfortable with intimacy and you really value your independence and freedom more so than being connected with other people. And you don't really worry about your partner's feelings or commitment towards you. You're just kind of off on your own and enjoying that autonomy. So that's your avoidance style. And about 25% of people out there have this style. And then the second one of the 3 is called anxious, or also sometimes referred to as preoccupied. And this one, I like that the name kind of describes what it is you crave that intimacy and closeness with other people. But there's lots of insecurities about, do they love me? Do they really care about me? What are they thinking about me? Where is this going? And little things that your partner does that could indicate that they are somehow not 100% into you tend to really set you off and send you into this spin of anxiety about the relationship. And when it comes to anxious, that's about 20% of the population, roughly. And then the last insecure style is called disorganized, or also referred to as fearful sometimes. And that's about 5% of the population. It's not common. And this style, not always, but usually results from some kind of trauma in childhood, whether it was intentionally caused by caregivers or unintentional in some way. And with this attachment style, people are uncomfortable with both closeness and intimacy and being on their own. So they long for that connection, but they're terrified of actually connecting with other people.
I know you have an online course. It's titled, What is Your Attachment Style? So talk to me for a moment about the purpose of creating this course, Anna.
Oh, sure. So I am very passionate about helping people with their relationships. I do see relationships as a very important part of life, even for those of us who may not see them as important. And this course really is a way for me to help people understand themselves and understand why they act the way they do in relationships.